Good morning, good afternoon to you all. Welcome to the stream. Thank you guys very much for being here. I appreciate it. Hope everyone is doing well this Wednesday. We should be good just to head down to the south and start, well, we have 2 more enemies to kill, and then we'll take the follow-up, and then we'll head out to the east. Buffalo Bill, Mendy, Kashik, John, Dante, Remco, Cam Spidey, welcome guys. Nenya, good morning to you also. Alpha T, good afternoon buddy, welcome to the stream. Night Lily, Roz, good afternoon, welcome. Eyes on Mary, I'm doing well, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Apparently I am in combat. Who am I in combat with? Oh my god, I have a scout kind of glitched out up here, and he was shooting us, throwing axes at us from a distance, and I didn't notice. Because he was stuck to the wall. That was weird. I'm sure that's the only bit of bugginess that we'll experience today. There we go, that's all we needed. I didn't realize we had come so close to finishing this quest. I guess what happened was, oh yeah, I died multiple times. That's what happened. That's what happened. I died multiple times, and then like the second or third time I died, I didn't feel like running back, so we left. I didn't realize we were 9 and 9. Dustin, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. What level are we? We are level 18. Steven, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome. Why does it look like there's a little shortcut back here that leads us out like this way? If I look at the mini-map, it's almost like there's a different trail. I don't think it might not save us much time. It'd be nice if there was like a little shortcut. Even though it might not save us like a ton of time.
How are you? Safe travels.
Alright, now this time I have to remember to grab the follow-up. The last time we were leveling out here on a character, I didn't grab this.
What can I do for you?
And then we were hanging out on the islands, and I didn't have the kill quest. I'm gonna investigate whatever this little trail is. Yeah, no, I don't... Well, maybe. Oh, snap. Okay, okay. This is leading me somewhere, but is this somewhere that I actually want to go? I don't know. Where is this taking me? What is happening? I think I've made a terrible mistake. Oh, wait, what? Okay, so we just took a little scenic route. Yeah. It's just a scenic route. It just leads out back down here. That's so weird. I'm gonna follow it back. Have I done the quest called Most Delicious Clams on any of my characters yet? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's possible, but I don't, like... I guess I don't really memorize or think about the names of the quests. Ah, this is a dead end, so it's a one-way ticket. We can come this way, we just can't go back. Well, now we know. Exodus, Mike Oz, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to the stream. Alright, well, we'll stick to regular roads from now on. Yeah, we'll just follow the path that we know. We'll come up this way. And we'll head out to the east. Do I want to grab anything back in town? I should have grabbed Ironband's excavation. It's just like a little breadcrumb. Maybe I will still do that. Also, setting... Yeah, let's go back, because I'd really like to have my Hearthstone set somewhere that's not the Thunderbrew Distillery, which I'm pretty sure is back in Keranos. That's not gonna help. Sven, good afternoon. Thanks for being here and hanging out with the stream. I appreciate it. Exodus, me too, man. I hope so too. Yeah, I'm gonna keep at it. Even if there's a point in time when I'm streaming, like, here's what I'll do. Like, if there's any point in time when I'm streaming something else a lot, you know, because of, like, just general popularity, like, let's say Cata comes out. I'm gonna be streaming a lot of Cata when it comes out, obviously. So what I'll do is then I'll have a recorded episode go up every day. So it might go back and forth between streams and recorded. And if I can do it that way, if nobody hates that too much, then there's no reason why the character can't go all the way in a decent amount of time. It's like, you know, next week there will probably be like 3 or 4 days where I'm streaming a lot of SOD. Because, you know, the phase will open up. I'll want to at least get my character to 50. So what I'll do is, while I'm streaming a lot of SOD, I'll have a recorded video for this character that goes up once a day.
What's on your mind?
And that, I think, would be a good way to handle it, so the character does not come to a stop. So we don't have to feel like we're just stepping away from the character, like, questionably never to come back. That's been kind of my thought process. For this character, and for, like, when because there will be times when we will be streaming other stuff, so... That's how we're going to keep this character going, and, like, making progress every day.
Great to meet you.
You heard the word Cata and got hyped. We have a long time till Cata, though. Yeah, like, we're looking at the end of spring, I think, for the pre-patch, so it's still quite a ways off. I'm gonna check my excitement or anything until we're a week prior to pre-patch, and then I'll be excited. Until then, there's too many other things to do and too much other WoW to play. Alail, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream. Stevie, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Thanks for being here.
Here there. Talk to me. Off with you.
We still have the 2 Horde NPCs doing their walk around here. Yeah, there's some elites, I think. Right, isn't there like a pack of elites on the eastern side of the lock? I remember them being like super scary and hardcore. I actually don't think I learned about them at all until we were playing hardcore. Was like the first time I'd ever seen them. Marlena, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream.
What's on your mind? Keep your feet on the ground. Interest you on a pint? Be good.
So we're not going to do the carved idols right now, I don't think. I don't think we have to do that. We could just hold on to it till later. Then again, if we do it, then there won't be like a big reason to come back later. Let's do it on the way back. Like we'll do all the Hunter Lodge stuff. We'll do the islands. We'll get Bingle supplies. We'll take on the Trogs, and then like after we turn like everything in, we'll come back this way and we'll do this quest. And then we'll see like if we don't really have to come back here again until we're ready to travel to the wetlands. Yeah, like even if we do everything here, there's no way that we'll outlevel any of our other quests. We're good in Darkshore, we're great in Westfall, so we can definitely like hang out here and try to finish as much as possible. That is level 19. You know, and I'm not actually sure if I trained level 18. I really don't remember. I was in Stormwind when I logged in today. So there's like a chance that we trained, but there's like a bigger chance because I'm who I am that we didn't train. Let's spend our talent point at least. This will be the last point in Unbridled Wrath, so after this we're going to go down into Improved Battle Shout for all 5 points. I'm gonna try to leave some of these birds alive. This is as many birds here as I've ever seen. Usually they're pretty well farmed out. Yeah, this is all the birds. So if I cannot kill any of them now, oh, we're gonna aggro this one. Maybe I'm just gonna leash him. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight any of these guys. Electron, good afternoon, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Stan, hello. Happy Wednesday to you, buddy. Welcome. Let's also make sure we vendor. We have a pretty full inventory at the moment. Sure, there's some stuff we can get rid of. I really need to let first aid run for a bit. I'd hate to do this to you guys, but I'm gonna let this run for a minute. We can just kind of chill. I need to make all these and then I need to sell them to get them out of my inventory. And if I don't do it right now, I'm just gonna keep putting it off and putting it off. We're about to be like out in the field hopefully for a little while, so the more inventory space I can create, the better off we'll be. I don't want to be on the islands and have to run back because our inventory's full. That would be a bummer. Eric, Tigers open the season in Chicago tomorrow. Nice. I'm actually going to try to watch some Tigers games this year, so thanks for reminding me. I'm going to have to tell my my YouTube TV to record the game. Because I'd actually like to engage more with it than I have in the past. Baseball's a nice chill game with like exciting moments. Pro tip, never put off first aid. Yeah. That's a good point. You're not wrong. I often put off so many things. And it never leads to a good outcome. We're starting to get a little bit of wool too, so I need to find a first aid trainer pretty soon. I think I only have to be 80 to train wool bandage. So we should be ready to train it. Am I interested in the next phase of SOD? Is there anything that has my interest specifically? Yeah, those are great questions. Yeah, I'm gonna play the next phase of SOD. Absolutely, we're gonna go on the Paladin, and I'm gonna take the Paladin to 50. The things I'm excited most about are the corrupted emerald portals, the PvE content that they've added. That was one of the things that I asked for in my complaining video that I put up the other day. I wanted more things for people to do, especially at max level, like more stuff for a solo player to do besides raid and PvP. So the dream portal, corrupted portal thingies, they sound cool. As a place where you can go, you can grind rep, you can then go to the vendor, buy some items. And I feel like it's also going to be a way that people are going to level up. They said, you know, you can go, it's repeatable content, so there are 4 portals. I'm assuming they're all going to be like slightly different. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do with that. And my only worry, and it's not really a worry, like if it ends up being this way, it's fine. My only worry is that it's going to be like, that's going to be how people level. It's going to be either dungeons or grinding the portals. I would rather grind the portals. I kind of like, we dungeoned ourselves out a little bit in phase 2.
Safe travels.
So we'll see. And yeah, so that's the biggest thing that I'm excited about. Like as far as like everything else, like dual spec is going to be amazing. It's going to be cool to have dual spec. Now they didn't say like if there was going to be a cost associated with it that I saw. I didn't really see like how we were going to unlock it. There was a dwarf we have to talk to, and then maybe we pay money, maybe we don't. I don't know. So yeah, I'm excited to be able to have a tank build and a soloing build on my pally. That's going to hopefully let me do some more like actual group content if I can tank, but still have my DPS solo build going. Richard, good afternoon, man. Jabbler, it's 50 gold. It's confirmed it's going to be 50 gold for dual spec. That's not bad. Now, that being said, do I have 50 gold on my paladin? I don't know. I should have 50 gold because I didn't have to spend any gold to train my mount. But mounts weren't that expensive anyway, I don't think. I don't know, I have to check my paladin now and see what... I gotta make sure I have enough gold for dual spec. So yeah, and those are like the two main things. Obviously, like, I would like to try the raid this time around. I would like to... You know, we tried to look for a Gnomeregan pug, but, you know, Pallies were worst DPS in the game at the time, so nobody wanted me. I'm hoping this time we can either be better at DPS, or maybe I can tank it. You know, it's gonna be a 20-man raid size. That's gonna be different. I want to see if like a bigger raid size puts less importance on pre-raid bis, less importance on gear score, if you have more people like in the raid. Probably not, you know, that's probably hoping for too much. It's probably not going to change anything about how people approach putting together pugs. But we'll see. There's always hope. Until there's not. I'm happy they didn't add a new PvP event. That's great. Just keep focusing on the Stranglethorn thing. People who want to have that kind of content can go to Stranglethorn. And they can continue destroying that zone for anybody who wanted to quest through it. I feel like with a 40-man, you should be able just to invite whoever. That's kind of like my philosophy behind bigger raid sizes. Is that, like, you need 40 people. So, like, yeah, like, some people are going to be in good gear. You probably want your tank and your healers to be in, like, okay gear. But as far as everybody else, you should just be able to fill up slots with people that are max level. You gotta put 40 people together, like, are you max level? Yes. Do you have a pulse? Yes. Can you sit at your desk for the next 2 hours? Yes. Okay, you're in. You know, for, like, DPS. And then some of those people are gonna be really geared. And some of those people are gonna have just hit level. But I feel like that should be the way, like, a 40-man raid can work. And then, but then people say, well, that's not hard enough content. It doesn't have to be super hard content. The encounters have to be fun. And then if you really want super, super hard content, there's lots of other places in the game that focus on super, super hard content. I don't know if classic raiding should be focusing on, like, super, super hard content. I think classic raiding should focus on fun. Fun and loot. That should be, like, the motto behind classic era raiding. Fun and loot. And more loot. And fun. And that's it. It doesn't have to be a super mythic plus level challenge. It should just be fun. And that way, like I said, you can put a 40-man together by, like, reaching out and looking for group chat, inviting people. And then some people have experience, some don't, some have gear, some don't. And then you just tackle the bosses. And maybe you die a couple times. Maybe you wipe a couple times. Like, so what? Eventually you come back, you kill the boss. Or you just progress as far as you can progress, and that's great. You try again next week. And then, like, ultimately, if you really, really want some content to be hard, then that's where you really have to get into difficulty modes for raids. You know, there should be an approachable difficulty mode, especially for, like, a 20-man raid, where you can invite a bunch of people who've hit max level, who are pretty competent with their classes, and you should be able to kill some bosses. And then if it really has to be harder than that to engage people, well, that's where things like heroic mode come in. Then you just have a heroic mode where, oh, there you go, the raid is twice as hard. It's twice as hard, the gear is a little bit better, have fun with that. And then, you know, people can do the content they want to do. And that gives people the progression, that gives people the way to say, well, you know, I don't think I'm ready for heroic raiding, but if I can get a bunch of gear from this normal raid, then eventually I can do heroic raiding. And that's a cool progression.
See you later. Have a good one.
Oh, that music got loud. What server am I playing on? This is the Mankrik server. Yeah, but keep in mind, like, the Classic Era servers are clustered together. As far as what server I play on in SOD, I play on Wild Growth now. Alright, so we have 11 minutes. We have to go after Elder Mountain Boars. I can't chill here for too long. We have to keep moving. And so I think that's it. I think that's my feelings about Phase 3. Excited about the PvE event. Glad they didn't do another PvP thing. Interested in seeing the Sunken Temple raid at least a couple times. And that's really it. You know, things I'm not looking forward to? Well, I mean, I'm not looking forward to having to go out and find more runes. That's still, like, the biggest thing about the season that gets me, like, demotivated to play. Is that I don't really want to have to go get any more runes. Waylaid Supplies. I have. They didn't mention Waylaid Supplies. I have zero interest in Waylaid Supplies or pushing that vendor, so I'm not really. I don't really care about what they're doing with that. They didn't say anything specifically. I'm assuming it's still going to be a thing they have. So yeah, there's like things I'm excited about, but then obviously there's a couple things that like haven't changed, that are still the same, that I don't like. I'm glad they're putting the XP bonus out there right away, and not just like springing an XP bonus 2 weeks into the phase. I hope they leave it at 50%. I hope we don't get 2 weeks in and then suddenly it's 100% XP bonus. What are Waylaid Supplies? They're items that you find that you can then fill with crafting items that you then turn in at a vendor to push forward a reputation with that faction. It's basically a complicated rep item that works in crafting and the use of the auction house. Like, you find a Waylaid Supply and it requires 20 rough stone. So if you're a miner, you can do that yourself. If you're not a miner, you go to the auction house, you buy 20 rough stone, you click the crate fills up, you go to the vendor, you turn it in, you get experience, and you get some reputation. And then at certain rep thresholds, the vendor has different things to sell you, including some of your class abilities. So, like, you have to at least unlock friendly because they have some of your class abilities locked behind that vendor. These are level 18 spiders, and I really don't have time to be messing around with the spiders. I should be trying to avoid some fights here until we get this one done. It doesn't sound exciting. It's not that exciting. It was a way to try to, like, promote professions and push the economy. Like, it had a purpose, but it also had several problems, like when it launched, and it still has several problems. Like, when it launched, you could only carry one empty supply at a time. So, and they would drop randomly off of everything and off of chest. So if you picked up one and you couldn't fill it, you want to hang on to it, but then if you found another one, you couldn't hang on to both of them. So early on, it incentivized you to, like, stop everything you're doing and go fill the supply and then come back to questing. The problem with that is they drop so much that if you took that philosophy and if you stopped questing every time you got a Waylaid Supply, you would quest for like 12 minutes and then stop. And then come back and quest for like 7 minutes and then stop. So, because we tried to do it that way. But then the alternative is you don't prioritize them, and then you can only hang on to one empty one at a time. Eventually, they changed this, and they let you hold on to as many empty ones as you want, I think, now. But you can't turn in an empty one for any kind of reward. Whereas originally, even if you couldn't fill the Waylaid Supply, you could turn it in, and you'd get a little bit of silver, you'd get a little bit of rep, you'd get a little bit of XP. So, you know, but then as soon as they let you hang on to as many as you want, they took away the ability to turn in the empty ones. So now an empty one is completely useless, and you either have to fill it or you vendor it. Neither iteration of Waylaid Supplies has worked for me or been good for me, so I don't know. The rewards for empty ones were already pretty low. That's why I don't understand why like anything had to change. The main reason you were turning in empty ones, or at least the main reason I was for just that little bit of rep, you know, just a little bit of rep, just move my rep bar a little bit, please. That was the only reason I was really turning them in. Like, the silver and the experience were negligible always. I just wish they would have let you keep getting rep with them, because it's annoying to have to fill them when the auction house prices are inflated to a point where a lot of stuff is really expensive. It's a situation that is going to get worse and worse over time the longer the season lives. The longer the season lives, the more expensive all those items are going to be on the auction house, and the less opportunity like a new player or a new character has of really progressing that faction without blowing a ton of gold. Which pushes people into shit like gold buying, like, so it's just, overall, it's a bad system the way that it is. Anastasia, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. So yeah, I think my plan for the season is, you know, get to 50. While we're getting to 50, we're going to check out the Emerald Corrupted Portals. We're going to see how that goes. We'll have to figure out if we have to dungeon grind to get to level, or if we can do the Corrupted Portals to level up. Maybe we'll do a mix of those things. We're still not going to be able to quest, so I have all those green quests in Stranglethorn that we never did. It would be a perfect time to go into Stranglethorn and do a bunch of green quests. However, they're still running the Blood Moon event there, so the zone is still going to be like a fully occupied shit show. So we really still can't quest. So it's going to be an option between like some kind of mix of doing 5-mans to level up and doing the Corrupted Emerald Portals to level up. And that'll give us, by the time we've been leveling up, that'll give us a good idea if the Emerald Portals are fun gameplay, and if it's something that we're going to want to do as a solo player at max level, which they said there'd be scaling rewards so that players of all levels after 20 could do these portals, including max level characters. So I'm hoping there's good rewards, or that the rep vendor is like a meaningful progression that's going to offer good rewards as we go. And then we'll try the raid at least once or twice. And that's kind of like my full plan. It's only 10 levels of leveling, so it's gonna, with a 50% experience bonus right out the gate, it's gonna happen really quick. And then, you know, if it turns out that the raid is really fun, if it turns out that, you know, we can get on every day for a couple hours, we can farm the Emerald Corrupted Portals, we can get rep and gear at max level at 50. If it turns out we can do that, then maybe the season will have a little bit more longevity than Phase 2 did. If I have a reason to get on my main character every day and play for a little bit, then that's gonna help me like keep engaged with the phase. When I don't have an activity that I can really do a lot of as a solo player every day, that's going to make it so that I don't want to log in. Let's equip this gun. We could really use a gun. So let's do that. We don't need a shirt, because who needs a shirt? We need ammo. Maybe somebody here has ammo. Yes, you have ammo. I'm not going to keep a lot, because we're only using it to pull, so I'm going to keep like 200 at a time. And we'll see how that feels. We're getting medium leather now. I'm gonna hang on to medium leather for the auction house. It sells for like $1.50, I think. A stack. But I'm gonna keep selling the light leather and the herbs. Alex, good morning, buddy. Welcome to the stream.
See you soon. What's on your mind? Be good.
Alright, so now we will go... Let's grab the elite quest. Maybe at some point... It's not hardcore, so we can probably try to kill this guy on our own at some point.
I am listening.
We'll go do Bingle's item quest, and we will also be going after the shaman and the bone snappers up here on the islands. We'll do the Crocolisk one first. Yeah, Crocolisk and then the Trog Islands. That is the plan. A light feathers sell for a nice amount. I'll check the auction house prices next time we're in town. I think I've just been vendoring them. I have one. I have vendored at least a few though. Be sad dog, good afternoon buddy. Welcome to the stream and thanks for being here. Isn't that server almost empty? I don't know. I don't really care because all the classic servers are all clustered together. So even if you're on a realm that's low pop, which they are listed as low pop, you're clustered together with a bunch of other realms. And so that lets it, you know, feel like you're playing an MMO even though each individual realm is a low population. That's how it works for Classic Era. They bunch them together like mega server style, I guess. Be sad, dog. It's no problem, man. You're here when you can be here, and I appreciate it when you are.
My, you're a tall one.
Yeah, sometimes, exactly, Richard. Sometimes it is nice not to have to compete for mobs. Yeah, after playing in all these areas when hardcore was super busy and during SOD when SOD was super busy, it is sometimes nice to have more of the world to myself. I don't mind it. My enjoyment of the game is not predicated upon how many players are in the zone with me. Like, I understand that it's an MMO and that, you know, you like to have people around. Like, that's what everyone says. And the people that say that, I don't think most of them actually care that much about immersion. I think it's just something they say. But for me, like, I don't really mind if there's less people around. It doesn't affect my enjoyment of leveling up and playing the game. There's a big difference between, like, having a version of the game where not a lot of people are leveling up around you, and then, like, a dead game. Not having a ton of people leveling up around you and a game being dead are just two different things. Like, yeah, there's not a lot of people here right now. Let's roll it back to, like, more level range. Yeah, nobody's here. That's fine. It's the middle of the day. You know? It's the middle of the day on a Wednesday. A lot of people have what they call these, like, normal jobs. I don't really know much about them, but I hear a lot of times you, like, have to be somewhere or, like, be doing something during the middle of the day that you don't necessarily want to do. That's what I heard anyway. Blood Moon, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Arms or Fury? Right now we're going into the Fury tree. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go completely into Fury. Obviously we're doing two-handed for a while until we get down to dual wield. I might try a two-handed Fury spec. Like, I may or may not dual wield. I think, like, whether or not I'll go into dual wield will depend on if I have the weapons for it. But I may try to do a two-handed Fury for a while, and then eventually, when we get some really good one-handers, then I'll probably respec into dual wield. It's just that, like, while you're leveling up for the most part, it's easier to get a good two-hander than it is to get two good one-handers. So, we'll see how it goes. Zenwind, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Oh my dear god. We'll kill every single Crocolisk on this mother-loving island. And we don't have to be worried about losing the character. Okay, okay, I see how it's going to be. I see how it's going to be. I'm going to pop a potion. That potion did not do a lot. You never noticed the Crocs have 3 legs on each side? Yeah. Yes, they do. Yeah, that's right. Because they're not crocodiles, they're Crocolisks. And Crocolisks have 6 legs. And yeah, it's one of those things, like, it's very easy to not see it. Until you see it. And then you'll never unsee it. Now every time you look at a Crocolisk in the game, you'll be counting their legs. Am I still plundering? Yeah, you know, John, I got on the computer last night, like, and I played a couple matches, yeah. I'm not, I skipped a couple days, but I did play a couple matches last night. Just to kill some time. It's like, for me, there's not a lot of, like, incentive, because I don't really play too much retail right now, and I don't really do a lot of transmog when I do play retail. So with most of the rewards just being, like, not even being, like, within the version of the game itself, but being in Dragonflight, it's not very incentivizing. If they had more unique transmog for my character in Plunderstorm, then I would actually be more incentivized to play more Plunderstorm. And I know they have a couple of outfits you can unlock, and I have those, and yeah, I just wish that maybe, like, more of the transmog would be available to my actual, like, Plunderstorm avatar. I don't know. For people that, like, play a lot of retail, it's probably more incentivizing to play Plunderstorm, and especially if you're someone that likes to do cosmetic stuff. Mark, you just noticed. Yeah, yeah, there's lots of things in the game that are like that, that you can play like for 20 years and you don't even know. Absolutely. Like how the Yeti's toes wiggle. You know, we got the Yeti toe wiggle. I never noticed that until like last year. I also played the game for 20 years not knowing the coordinates were up here. I didn't realize that it showed your cursor coordinates. I thought that like having cursor coordinates, like you had to have an add-on to show coordinates or to know coordinates. And I played until you guys told me like, hey, coordinates are right there. Like I never looked up there. So, yeah. Patrick, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream. We are done here. I can actually stop killing these guys. Alright, so now we're just gonna go this way, and we're gonna go onto the Trog Islands. Why are coordinates not in Wrath Classic? They should be. Yeah, they should be. They've always been in. There should be coordinates on your map. Unless you are, unless you're using some kind of map add-on that, like, gets rid of them. I don't know. But yeah, apparently the coordinates have always been there. Right here. Yeah, that's what I thought. I always thought, like, you needed an add-on to know the coordinates, but no, you don't. It's crazy. My highest placing in Plunderstorm was also second place. I didn't come close to beating my opponent. I just did really good at hiding. I approach the game like a game of hide and seek. And then if I get found, then I approach the game like a game of tag, where I have to get away from the other person. My new strategy is that when the map gets tight, to kind of hang out on the periphery of someone else's battle. And I like to just harass someone else's battle, but then to like kind of peel out and run away before they can team up against me. That's been like my new strategy, but it's still like playing a game of tag. And like when the map is big and the storm is far away, then I play hide and seek. Because I still can't PvP. I still can't kill anybody. I don't think I killed anybody since the very first day we played, and I think the only reason that I killed people that day was because everybody was equally new at it. Because yeah, I just can't fight anybody. Birkin, good afternoon, buddy. Welcome to the stream. The item is somewhere. Right here. Cadet Vest of the Monkey. Very similar to what we're already rocking. How many days for leveling up a character in the classic era? Well, I think hours wise, I guess it'd probably be better to like do it by hours. You know, anywhere from like 150 to 200, I feel like. What do you guys think? There's a lot of people who have probably leveled up like all the way more often in classic era than I have. From my experiences, it could be anywhere between 150 to 200 hours to get from 1 to 60. How many days is that? I don't know. I can't do math, so 200 divided by 24. It's a lot of hours, yeah. In classic era, the biggest part of the game was like the journey. That was the game, and then they added raids and endgame stuff to do. But even when they added raids and stuff, like it wasn't like a ton of content. The journey was still like the biggest and most important part. The big achievement was like putting in the time and effort to get to level cap. I think it would end up being more than 4 days, like hours wise. 4 days puts you at like, yeah, well maybe 200, yeah I guess. Yeah, maybe 4 days. 4 or 5 days converted from hours. Yeah, you might be right. I can't math. I shouldn't commentate on other people's math because I can't math. Yeah, it's a long time. Let's see, what's r/played? R/played is 16 hours and 48 minutes. So we're level 19. And yeah, we've been playing for 16 hours. So by the time we're like 25, we'll probably already be past the 24-hour mark. I need to be a little bit careful here. I'm out of potions, I think. Do I not have any potions at all? I have no potions. So yeah, I really don't want an unnecessary death. I'll have to be a little bit more careful. Oh, I have some dinky potions. Yeah, those are not going to help very much. Well, that was a nice crit, just in time to prevent the heal. This is not a good situation. This might be a death. Unless I choose... Yeah, maybe I just run from this and see if I can leash these guys, because I don't think there's any way that I take them out without, like, a big potion. I'm gonna try to leash him. There we go. That was close anyway. Let's eat some buff food. Apparently we need it. about 60 days at 2 to 3 hours a day. Then yeah, so we'll be cap on this character at the end of May. By the end of May, we should be cap on this character. Something like that. Maybe even the middle of May. So like the middle of May, that might be right around when pre-patch comes out for Cata. It would be really nice if like we get this character to cap and then shortly after that, the pre-patch for Cata opens up. That'd be perfect timing. I don't think I grabbed the item over here. I started to clear the area, but then I don't really think I grabbed the item. I'm not sure. Let me see. Oh yeah, well no, I don't think I did. Yeah, it's right here. Do I play Sod 2? Yeah. Yep, we got a level 40 paladin waiting for phase 3 to open up. I just haven't been super interested in Sod for phase 2. Phase 2 was a bust for me. It wasn't interesting. We got to level 40. We were D tier DPS. Nobody wanted us in pugs. So I parked the character and we'll see how phase 3 goes. Phase 3 looks like it has a PvE event, so I'm really excited about the PvE event, the 4 corrupted dream portals. So, you know, we'll see how long it holds my interest. This would be a good time to use my gun. To try to pull this guy out without pulling everybody in there. There we go. Success. If raiding is really what you're interested in, it's better to do that in a different version of the game, honestly. Like, there are raids in Classic Era Vanilla, you know what I mean? There are some big raids, 40-man raids, 25-man raids, but I would say that if raiding is like a big, exciting thing for you that you'd like to do, I think that there are better versions of the game to do it in. That's just my personal opinion, but yeah. Now the environment for raids is kind of similar. However, the difference is in SOD, you know, they said that they got rid of GDKP. So supposedly in SOD, people are not supposed to be doing GDKP runs. That doesn't mean that they don't do them still, you know. Shadow, you're more excited for Cataclysm than Sod? I feel like the way WoW is, like, people's excitement, like, just comes in crests and valleys, you know? Like, yeah, it's just like a constant... It's kind of like... It's just a roller coaster, basically. I think people's excitement for versions of WoW has come to resemble, like, a roller coaster ride. Either by accident or by design. That's kind of how it is. What's the saying? Love the one you're with, I guess. Yeah, love the one you're with. When you're playing Sod, love Sod. When you're playing Cata, love Cata. I guess that's an approach. If I zoom in here, it's probably going to be a problem. Oh no, it's fine. I will say, like, excitement notwithstanding, I will probably have a much better time playing Cata than I've had playing Sod so far. You know, and like... It's so terrible. I'm probably just like a super lazy person. I just don't want to play Sod because I don't want to have to go get my runes. That has been like, when I think about like, how, in what universe would I have played a lot more Sod? Any universe where we didn't have to go get runes. I would have played so much more Sod. I love leveling up characters. And I'm not one of those people that hates experience bonuses. I hate surprise experience bonuses. I like planned experience bonuses. So yeah, I would have played so much more Sod and leveled so many more characters had I not had to deal with rune acquisition. It sucks. And it's a part of me that's not going to change. I'm not going to wake up one day, want to open Wowhead, and want to spend an hour and a half running around following a guide to get a class ability. I'm never going to want to do that. I will make myself do it for the ones that I have to get on my pally, but for me what it does is it guarantees that I will level no other characters. That's what rune acquisition does for me. It guarantees that I will not be touching any other characters for the remainder of the season. Whereas if the runes were not in existence, I would play, like, there's so many classes I would check out. I want to check out a melee hunter, I want to check out a rogue tank, I want to check out a warlock tank, I want to check out a shaman tank. There's like every class, like basically every single frickin' class, there's a spec that I really, really want to try out. I'm not going to try any of them, because I don't want to open Wowhead, and I don't want to spend 10 hours getting all their runes. I don't want to do it. It's not fun, I don't enjoy it, I'm never going to wake up one day and enjoy it. It sucks to have the season ruined by, like, the thing that was supposed to be the cornerstone of the season. The whole point of the season was supposed to be these discoveries, and they are the thing that I loathe the most, because they are not actually discoveries, for the most part. That's the biggest problem. Most people don't discover runes so much as they navigate a guide on Wowhead to get their runes. Rune stuff is just tedious. It's just tedious. It's a lot of times it's annoying. Like when you're sitting there begging in general chat for another firecaster to come and help you melt a murloc out of the ice. Like you're there for 15 minutes just begging in general chat. Someone with a fire spell, please come help me melt the murloc. Can someone with a fire spell, please come help me melt the murloc? No one wants to help you, bro. There's either no one around or no one wants to stop leveling to do it. And they're probably all dungeon grinding anyway. Same thing with a priest. Will another priest please come pray at me? Will another priest please come give me my boons? I need boons, please. Any priest out there want to give me some boons? No, bro, nobody wants to give you boons. They just want to keep playing the game. They don't know you from Adam and they don't care. Yeah, they're just tedious and annoying. There's the handful that you stumble on, we're like, oh look, there's a guy. Oh cool, I duel him and now I have a rune. Like those are the only cool ones. The only good runes are the runes that you can just stumble upon. And you just happen upon them, you do them, you can do them solo, you get an ability, and you move on with your life. Anytime I have to open Wowhead, I get annoyed. So yeah, and that's it. That's the one thing that killed the season for me. I probably even if I didn't like the raids, which I didn't, I got bored of the BFD raid really early. I had zero excitement for the Nomergon raid because Nomergon is my least favorite 5-man in the entire game of all time. So I had no excitement for Nomergon, but I probably would have leveled up all of my alts to 40 and gotten like every class to 40 if I could just learn my abilities at a class trainer like a normal person. I think the classic raids would be much better if they focused less on making them challenging and more on making them fun loot pinatas. I think they should be big fun loot pinatas. Let's just do 20-man, 25-man, 40-man, and let's just have it be like a big fun fight where like you avoid stuff or you die. You know the mechanics or you don't, but at the end of the day, you kill a couple bosses, you come back better prepared next week, and you kill some more bosses next week. Yeah, let's not make it super challenging, but let's make it really fun, and let's make the loot really fun. And then if people want to challenge, there's lots of other versions of the game that offer challenges. Go play some mythic raiding in retail. If you want to challenge, that's what you really want to do. Like, don't bother with classic. Let's let classic raiding just be fun. Fun, big, exciting loot pinatas. Especially for level up raids. Like, if you want to have super challenging content, like, save it for 60. And then at 60, you can do, like, heroic modes. You know, you can have a heroic mode of your raid. That way, the people that really want a challenge, they can have a challenge. But the people that just want to do, like, a big, fun, classic raid can just do a big, fun, classic raid. We need one more bone snapper. Okay, I am kind of killing these guys with a purpose still. Oh dear God. Okay, let's backpedal. Oh, I got a couple potions. I must have picked up a couple of the lesser healing potions. That's awesome. I'm gonna backpedal until I leash some of these guys. Okay. Well, they didn't exactly leash. They didn't exactly leash, and they got a heal off. Okay, they leash now. We're good. Blood Moon, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's going to help out a lot. Thank you. You're excited for Classic Cata? Leveling speed is way too slow and boring in regular era? Yeah, you're allowed to feel that way. Leveling is really slow in Classic Era. Unless your like goal is to just kind of chill, relax, and take a long time to do anything, then yeah, it's slow. You're allowed to feel that way. Username checks out. Yeah. How do you know when someone is low-key trolling you? Suspicious. I will make my name something I don't think you like the sound of, and then I will say that exact thing to you. Will I get a big negative reaction out of you? Let's find out. In this case, no, you won't. You're allowed to feel that way. We're good. I think we're done. Yeah, let's go turn everything in. You know what I didn't do? I never set my Hearthstone. So there's that. We'll be running back to Thelsamar, which is okay. Like, we have to run down here anyway. So we got a lot of running to do. We'll try to fight things on the way. We are about out of inventory space, but look, we got the quest done and we didn't fill our inventory. We got one empty slot left. That being said, I do kind of plan to fight stuff like the entire way back. So maybe I need to look at what we got going on here. The eggs I can get rid of, they're not going to vendor for really anything. The same thing with the meat. And then the milk I don't need. Okay, that'll make a few slots. I am looking forward to having the looking for group in Cata. That's probably one of the features of Cata that I'm looking forward to most, to be honest. I'm looking forward to just being able to throw myself in a queue, quest for a little while, and do a dungeon. I like those things. I like convenience. I like when the game takes like-minded people and it automatically puts those like-minded people together, and then it puts them right into content that they're gonna have fun doing. Yeah, I love LFG. I like LFR. I think it's a great addition to the game. Yep. Now, hopefully, I hope that with, now I say this, but it's probably not going to happen. I hope that with Cataclysm, they put LFR in the first tier. Like, LFR should go into the game right away. I think it didn't go into the game right away in actual Cata. I think it was a later patch. But I really hope that they consider putting LFR in right away. One of the ways they screwed Wrath over, for me at least, was that they took so long to put Looking for Group Finder in. I would have played so much more Wrath, and I would have been having fun because I would have been able to run more dungeons throughout the journey if they had put LFG into the game much earlier. By the time they put LFG in the game, like, I was good. Like, it was fine. What kind of saved it was when they added the Gamma... You know, the Alpha, Beta, Gamma, when those also got put in the LFG tool, that was a great move. So that kind of gave us some more fun in dungeons that we might not have had otherwise, because they took so long to put the tool into the game. It was bad. Like, I was already almost done with Wrath. Like, I was almost already mentally done with Wrath by the time it got added to the game.
Off and away.
And I don't want that to be the case for, like, Cataclysm raiding. Like, if I don't have a guild that's raiding, I just want to be able to do LFR and to at least get a little bit of gear and see some of the boss fights. You know, and then that way maybe I can get into a pug for like a normal or a heroic eventually. After having a little bit of experience and a little bit of gear from LFR. So we'll see, But yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to just queue up for dungeons and stuff. I really wish SOD had done that. I wish that they had put the looking for dungeon tool into SOD. I feel like in a seasonal version of the game, especially like think about how prevalent dungeon grinding has become anyway. Like dungeon grinding is basically the thing that people do. If they could use a queue, they would not have to just camp out at the dungeon entrance. They'd be able to go out into the world, do a little bit of world content while waiting for a group, and then they could still spam dungeons. But now it's like, now you gotta go park yourself at Scarlet Monastery, or park yourself, you'll probably be parking yourself at ZF in the next band. So yeah, I really wish they'd just done LFG. Just cut to the chase, let people queue up and just keep questing. More people probably would have done some quests.
How are you? Safe travel.
You got my attention. Watch your back. See you soon.
Alright, so now we have to head all the way back down here. And then we'll go back to Thelsamar and turn in things up that way. After that... Well, you know what we're also gonna do? We're gonna stop on the way, we're gonna do gathering idols. So that that one can be done, so that we're not really compelled to come back here until we're ready to go into the wetlands. Well, did I... Oh, look at that. We were able to phase right through. I thought we had gotten ourselves stuck back there. That would have been a little bit embarrassing. Why did I choose Warrior? Because it's my favorite class of all time. It's up there with the Paladin. Warrior Paladin. But yeah, because I really wanted to. People tell me that all the time. People tell me warriors are hard to level. I mean, to be honest, like, nothing is really hard to level in Classic Era. I think, like, I'm not sure, like, when people say things are hard to level, I think that they could mean, like, downtime. They could mean a few different things, but yeah, it's not hard to learn, it's not hard to level. The trick is, like, obviously, like all classes in Classic WoW, as much as you can, you want to be going up against, like, underlevel guys. You want to be trying to work on green quests instead of yellow quests. Like, right now we're taking on guys that are our level, And typically I would avoid that. I'd try to be aiming for quests that were like a little bit lower level than us. But that's true of any class. The warrior is like one of the strongest DPS in Classic Era. The great thing about the warrior is that, you know, depending on how many guys you're fighting, you can go from pole to pole. Obviously, in a situation like this, like, any class is gonna have to bail out, or like you're probably dead. Yeah, it's not hard to play. It's not hard to learn. I don't really know where that sentiment comes from, but I hear that a lot. Oh, there we go. That actually got rid of him. Like, there are just like certain things you have to consider about the warrior. Like, it's important on a warrior to always have a good weapon. Whereas if you're playing like a mage or a priest or a warlock, like, the weapon is not going to be that important to you, so it's going to be easier to like feel powerful despite your gear. On a melee class, you got to have a really good weapon. As long as you have a really good weapon, like a basic understanding of your abilities, and you don't pull 3 guys like what I just did, then you're fine. And all classes are relatively easy to play. Warriors are harder because they don't have any survivability. I don't know if that makes it harder. Like, I guess there's like more to consider. If you're playing like, you know, if you're semi-conscious, then you're fine. I don't know. Like, I don't know that it makes it harder necessarily. Like, yes, it's nice to have a healing spell. Like, don't get me wrong. If you're talking about never ever ever getting killed, it's nice to have a healing spell. But a lot of the situations that will get us killed on the warrior would still get us killed on some other classes. But I guess if your metric for difficulty is your likelihood to get killed in a bad situation, like if you're already in that bad situation, if that's your measure of difficulty, then yeah, sure, like anything without a heal button is going to be harder. But I don't think that makes it harder to play. It's just a little bit less survivable. The benefit to that is if you're like fighting stuff that's a little bit under you, you can go from pull to pull to pull, and you don't have to stop to worry about mana. You can often go pull to pull without stopping to worry about your HP. The warrior actually offers a lot of momentum if you're playing it smart. It offers momentum that a class like a mage like doesn't really offer. Like, even after a while, like on a paladin, you're burning through mana a lot of the time, and you're having to stop and drink between a couple of pulls. When I think of a class being hard to play, I think of like complications. I think of a class being complicated. So like, to me, nothing in Classic Era is hard to play. Some classes in retail are hard to play because sometimes it's hard to keep track of all the cooldowns, it's hard to keep track of the crazy rotation, it's hard to keep track of the reactive abilities. Like, there are some specs in retail that are hard to play because it's hard to learn like what buttons to press, when to press those buttons, how to track your cooldowns, how to respond to procs. Like, that's what I think of when I think about difficulty, not just like being able to stay alive or not. And from that perspective, that's why I say that like no class in Classic Era is hard, because every class is pretty easy to pick up and learn. There aren't a million cooldowns to track. You don't have to have weak auras to play. Like, so to me, everything's like pretty simple. But yeah, it depends on what your definition of hard is. You die more if you're bad at it, yeah. You will die more on a warrior if you are bad at it, or if you're making silly choices. If you're being, like, relatively smart, then your number of deaths are going to be minimal. Just like they will be minimal on any class if you're being relatively smart. Oh, of course we still pulled that guy. Like this pull right here, not super smart. I should probably hamstring these guys, and I should run away from them. And see, they still stun me. So yeah, not a super smart pull, and like yeah, you'll pay for stuff like that by having to run away. Typically, you can run away though. Like if you pay attention to when a pull has gone bad, and you just run away and leash them, then you don't have to die. Are there any other MMOs I've thought about streaming? No. No, nobody wants to watch me play other stuff on stream. And I'm okay with that. If there was the only way that I would probably stream like a different MMO is if a new MMO came out. If a new MMO ever comes out, then we'll check it out on stream together so we can chat about it. But when I think about the MMOs that are on the market today, like Final Fantasy XIV, Elder Scrolls Online, and Guild Wars 2. Like Elder Scrolls and Guild Wars, like I've played those on the channel. I have like a couple of attempts of me like checking them out. And yeah, I don't really ever feel compelled to continue leveling in those games. Final Fantasy XIV, like I don't think anybody wants to see that. Like I don't think anybody wants to see the Final Fantasy journey. Like if anybody at this point wanted to see the Final Fantasy journey, they'd have done it on their own.
Watch your back.
Blood Moon, I appreciate it. Thank you. Blanson, good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. We need like 4 more idols. This is a pretty low drop rate. Rip. You know what? Yeah, I'm good on that. We'll come back later. I am good on all of that. Let's go down south. We need to... Let's set our Hearthstone. And then we'll run down south. We'll get that one turned in. And then we're going to be getting out of here. I think we have to... Probably either go back to Westfall. We can go... We're going to have to go to Darkshore next, I think. It's probably our next spot.
Great to meet you. See you soon. Hello. See you soon. Be good. Well met. Safe travels.
Let's grab the next quest, even though we're not going to do this right now. We'll just grab it. We'll have it in the log for now.
How are you? Keep your feet on the ground.
Alright, we're going to use the Hearthstone, and then I think we are going to get on a flight for Menethil Harbor. And then make our way back over to Darkshore. We could do the Miner's Gear. That's level 15. Maybe we do this first. And then apparently we can stop in Ironforge and turn that in. Yeah, let's go north. If we do this quest, we might hit level 20. And it'd be nice to be able to train level 20 before we head over to Darkshore. So let's see if we can make that happen. That kind of requires the guys up here to be worth kill XP. I'm hoping they're still at a decent level. Well, yeah, this will not get us level 20. These guys are apparently a low level, level 11, so no kill XP for us. If we want, like, maybe we should do the Defias quest in Westfall before we head to Darkshore. I really don't want to go over to Darkshore until we get level 20. 'Cause otherwise we're gonna have to stop immediately, go to Darnassus and train. So I'd rather train 20 before we head out. I really don't know how this guy was able to damage me so much. That's... Oh, I see now. Robert, you still have res sickness. Oh. We still have res sickness. That's why he was able to damage me so much. Don't try to fight with res sickness, guys. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. As exciting as it was. Maybe by the time we get back, we'll have no more res sickness. I feel like if you die again, that should wipe the res sickness. The spirit run is punishment enough. Yeah, it might be a little easier now. Yeah, for sure. Just a little bit. There was another enemy. Oh, okay. The other enemy decided to run away, and in running away, he actually was able to get up there, and by getting up there, he aggroed these guys. That's cool. I didn't realize that one could run up there like that, so like, that's cool. Now I know a little shortcut.
What's on your mind? What's your neck? How are you? Be good. Watch your back. What can I get for you today? Off with you. You got my attention. Watch your back.
Pronate, good afternoon, buddy. Welcome to the stream. I should probably head out to Redridge soon, actually, and turn in this one, and then there are a couple of like level 15 quests, basically just the Hillary necklace and the lost bridge tools we can do. And if we do that running in the exploration and turn those in, that might get us to level 20. That way we can hold off on the People's Militia until we're a bit higher level. Maybe that's what I'll plan for. Dustin, thanks for being here, man. Have a good rest of your day. I should see about learning a woolen bandage while we're here. We're 99, I think we get it at level 80, so we should be ready to learn it. We are starting to get a little bit of wool cloth. Oh yeah, we get heavy wool at 115.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Alright, I am gonna put myself on a flight for Iron Forge. However, I am out of time for today. So tomorrow we're gonna Stormwind. We're gonna pick up at Stormwind tomorrow, and we're gonna head out to Redridge. We will do the lower level stuff in Redridge, and then we will head to Darkshore, and we'll probably do like as much as we can in Darkshore. We should be able to tackle mostly everything at this point. We can be done with Darkshore, and then we'll head back to Westfall. And maybe if we're lucky, maybe I'll be able to find a shield, a one-hander, and eventually we can tank dead mines. Who knows? We'll see. Thank you guys very much for being here today. I really appreciate the support and you guys hanging out while I play some Vanilla Era Classic. Thank you so much. As always, take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other. And we will see you back here again very soon.